What's up, everybody? It's LitFlair from LittyWrestling, and we have a huge week of action this week on Mayhem. And it starts with our co-main event, the Global Championship Eliminator. Now, to give you a little backstory on how we got here, we celebrated. We gave Crazy a nice big post on social media acknowledging his accomplishment. The Reckless Rebel was the first man to line up and said he wanted a shot and issued a challenge at Crazy. So we went right ahead and we booked it. So this week, Global Championship Eliminator, Reckless Rebel versus Crazy. And if Reckless wins, he'll face Crazy one-on-one for the global title. But that's not all. The champ returns. The legitimizer, the moment Mason Brooks makes his return, and there's a lot to address. From the Slam Fest win to the actions of last week, what is Mason Brooks going to come out and say? There are so many different things that are going on right now, and this has to be a hostile moment and a very volatile time for the champ. And as we keep going, we have Damian Walker coming off of what could have been one of the best moments of his career, turning into an absolute heartbreak. But he's looking to bounce back off his first loss and pick up another win against Drayton Hugh and Sawyer. We haven't seen Sawyer since Slamfest. He's recovering. He had an amazing match with Liam Ingle. But this is the bounce back match that both men absolutely need going forward into this show. But you have to think and you have to wonder, is Damian Walker watching his back this week? Is Ace Taylor waiting in the wings to deliver yet another soul-crushing spear? But trust me, something tells me Rogue Elite will be around this time, and they won't let that happen. So we're just going to have to tune in and see, because this matchup is an absolute show-stealer with match of the week potential. But speaking of prolific, the time has come. The man Jordan Jacobs is going to speak for the first time in 3 weeks. And so much has happened. He's going to speak about the TLC match at Slamfest. He's going to talk about the major title defense that occurred last week on Mayhem. And he's got to address the elephant in the room. Ace Taylor, what is the alignment? Why did this happen? This was something that nobody saw coming when we thought Prolific was on its last legs. It clearly proved once again why Prolific will continue to be a thorn in the side of not just Rogue Elite, the entire Pure Wrestling Alliance roster, tag team division, and whatever division that Prolific finds himself entering into. So now it leads us to another matchup. A matchup that, again, has massive bounce back implications. Austin Zero, he has proven that he has what it takes to win. He picked up a massive win at Slamfest against Huey O'Grady. But last week came up short, but it's okay. That happens at times. But now he's back, and he's ready to bounce back against a guy that just seems has not been able to get it together at any point in the game in Alex Hall. So again, this is a momentum match, and that's what I like to call them. This match is going to shape the future of maybe the U.S. title scene going forward. But this is something that I suggest you guys don't sleep on, because this might just open your eyes up to some new talent. So, but going forward, it's bringing us to another massive matchup. Speaking of Huey O'Grady, O'Grady is facing what could be his toughest opponent yet, and that is Jordan Biggs. Jordan Biggs is another man coming off a massive bounce-back win against Reckless Rebel. And again, in every matchup that he's had this year, Jordan Biggs has always seemed to bring the heat, no matter who his opponent may be. So again, he hasn't shown any sign of weakness against the opponent, no matter who it is. Damian Walker, Reckless Rebel, or Huey O'Grady, I expect a big matchup coming out of this match. So O'Grady has a lot in his hands tonight. O'Grady has a lot on his plate this week. But trust me, this could be a week that O'Grady could prove to the world that he is just more than just talk, and he is the real deal. So let's see. And it leads us to the main event. King Tony is here. Now, is King Tony okay? Is King Tony 100%? There is no possible way in the world he could be 100%. Will he even be medically cleared is the question. But right now, on paper, our main event is King Tony versus Hunter. And I know King Tony wants vengeance like more than anything in the world. But Hunter is steamrolling. And this could stifle a lot of momentum he has going up against Crazy. So ladies and gentlemen, this action is must see. So tune in next week right here live on YouTube and get ready for another action-packed night of Mayhem. Episode 5, Pure Wrestling Alliance. So I'm LitFlair, and I'll see you next week.